I look at the success of this podcast, Casting 495 Celebrities Worldwide, with my compadres, that is 495L4, my homies, my home boys. When we look at the success of C4CW, Casting 495 Celebrities Worldwide, which I have just stated twice, shall I thrice? Needn't. We know that this show, having not been advertised and that we haven't paid for it, we're already successful. And we could not have done it without you, the worldwide audience. That's right. We reached a for proper Queen's English purposes, we reached a worldwide, for emphasis, global. I like to say global and worldwide at the same time, worldwide, global, because then for those who are half woke, it's like it clicks, it imprints. They're like, yo, these cats, they're worldwide. That is global in scope. We are, and we're humble about it. That's the other thing. We are humble, and we could not have done it without you. We did it together as a team. I'm not saying this disingenuously. I am not. I'm saying this sincerely. Man, we could have had no audience. Think about it. Think about it. Some people have no audience. It's very sad. I say that sincerely, seriously. And again, humbly, man. I'm not an arrogant person. I'm just an entertainer, man, and a scientist at the same time. So, a science explorer. I'm an explorer because I explore the, same multiverse that y'all explore. We're in this together. And so it really is an exploratory process. This is all exploration. We are like the explorers of the past. Uncharted territories, uncharted waters. Think about that. First of all, it's kind of sort of Little House on the Prairie right now. It's kind of sort of like the Wild Wild West. This is the lead up to Ray Kurzweil's Singularity. The singularity is upon us, man. And I say that adamantly because it really truly is. I mean, it's really right out of science fiction becoming science fact, which it already has. When you look at every show that I've ever talked about, Sliders, Quantum Leap, Star Trek, Star Wars. If you look at Stargate, Atlantis, SG-1. If you look at Blade Runner, I mean, you name it, man. Ray Bradbury, A Sound of Thunder, A Sound of Thunder. If you consider the butterfly effect, all of them, every one of them that's ever been made. Some people think there's only one. There is more than one. There are more. And if you look at all of them, man, they all really overlap. They really do. There are so many, and I know that I'm forgetting some right now, but that's not the point. The point is, science fiction has become reality, and it happened very quickly. Because back when I was in high school, which seemed like yesterday, because technically it was, space-time is relevant to the observer. I was literally in high school pretty much. Feels like, seems like, senses like it was yesterday. When I was in high school, the reality of today, like what is real now, would seem mentally insane back then to the average person. Smartphones, anything and everything that exists in the way of technology now would seem just pure cuckoo, like nutso, like bonkers, like straight bananas, like crazy, like, Popeye shit. Really, seriously, like think about this. I often talk about this, but let me restate this. When I was in high school, smartphones did not exist. High-speed internet did not exist. So there was no notion that everyone would be globally linked by way of a handheld Star Trek device. We only had pagers. there was no such thing as a smartphone, which was originally envisioned by Nikola Tesla. The stuff that Nikola Tesla talked about seemed like mental insanity at the time that he discussed it, when he talked about it. He talked about every human being would have a handheld device to communicate with others and to transmit information. He talked about televisions. He talked about power stations. He talked about electrical towers. He talked about water, electrical, hydroelectric dams. I talked about this in the previous podcast episode. Taking it further, expounding upon the previous episode. This is a continuation. Look, I took notes. Because I want for y'all to know a few items here for clarity. So, we talked about Marconi. We talked about Marconi and how Marconi stole one of Tesla's ideas. His name was Guglielmo Marconi. Guglielmo Marconi. And he seems like he was a real piece of work, man. Like he was a real POS, i.e., piece of shit. I mean, the dude looks like a real opportunist. Can't judge a book by its cover, but it's like, come on, dude, you fucking stole from Nikola Tesla. It's not like you borrowed, man. It's like you stole, bro, and you didn't give any fucking credit. Yeah, suit, tie, looking business professional, snake in the grass type shit, man. Just real, like, wolf in sheep's clothing type motherfucker. So, Guglielmo Marconi, the date that I have for his name from Wiki is 1874. I didn't look too deep into it. I had read a piece on him before, and I suppose we could do that right now. Let's do it. Let's do it. At the speed of Google, whenever Google wants to fucking cooperate. Guglielmo Marconi. Taking its old sweet time. Get anything there, Goog?
According to biography.com, born in Bologna, Italy, in 1874, Guglielmo Marconi was a Nobel Prize-winning physicist and inventor credited with the groundbreaking work necessary for all future radio technology. Through his experiments in wireless telegraphy, Marconi developed the first effective system of radio communication.
Oh, really, Google? You mean it wasn't Nikola Tesla and your information database, knowledge database hasn't been updated after FBI released the Tesla papers? That's so fucking strange. What a coinky dink. I mean, naturally, this is from biography.com, which apparently hasn't been updated to reflect reality. The true nature of the time frame timeline. But, some people just don't fucking know, man. They still think that it was Marconi. They still believe that it was him. And so he was born in 1874. Thieving, conniving motherfucker he was. Stealing from the likes of Nikola Tesla. I took some other notes, man. Office of Alien Property Custodian. So, Office of Alien Property Custodian. Sounds like something out of Vias for Visitors, right? If you guys haven't seen that, I want for you to see the remake from a few years ago, and I want you to see the original if you have the time. If you have the time, I want you to see both of them. They're both absolutely relevant, and I want you to see the movie Oblivion as well. And I want for you to take note how they actually tie in to each other. So they're not the same. They're not the same producers. It's not the same production company, I do not believe, but it is more or less the same idea, same concept, same notion, same premise, same thematic. That stated, the Office of Alien Property Custodian, I know that sounds very wordy. I know that sounds quite loquacious. For those of you who don't know what loquacious means, it just means wordy. Just another word for wordy. Just another word for wordy. I'm nerdy like Al. Who? Yankovic. dude is who I'm referring to. I'm white and nerdy, half white and nerdy. That song's dope, man. Weird Al, Yankee Vic. Weird Al's dope. He's tight, and he's very intelligent, very smart, quite intellectual, like Nikola Tesla. I'm serious about that, too. So I know I went off on a little tangent when I was talking about wordy and the word loquacious. But yeah, getting back on track to what we're talking about, Jack. So, Nikola Tesla. Oh, V is for visitors, right? Oblivion. I'm multitasking, y'all. I'm driving here, man. This is a mobile surveillance of this timeline podcast here. By the way, if you want to know, sensor says 59 degrees Fahrenheit. We are in the fall-autumn season, and today's date is the 17th. That is 17 October, 2019, and it is Thursday. Just to get that timestamp marker there for y'all. Office of Alien Property Custodian. Sounds kind of fucking, I don't know, man. Kind of questionable, kind of silly. Like, what is it? Are we talking about illegal aliens? Are we talking about aliens from outer space? Well, I'd have to say both. So, Nikola Tesla was Serbian, I believe. Let me double check. Timelines, they change depending. Let's see here. Nikola Tesla, Serbia. Indeed. 1856. That would be 10 July.
According to Wikipedia, Nikola Tesla was a Serbian-American inventor, electrical engineer, mechanical engineer, and futurist who is best known for his contributions to the design of the modern alternating current electricity supply system.
And did you also want to add the fact, computer, Google that is, that he more or less invented you? Hello, computer, did you not know that he is quite literally your maker, creator, inventor? So, let's get it straight there, AI system. 2001 Space Odyssey, HAL-like system, sentient being you are. Know your origin, computer. Know your origin. Along with Alan Turing, of course, and the 6 primitives. Yeah. So, okay. So, the, again, Office of Alien Property Custodian. It was similar to the Fed. It was a shadowy organization that was created to give the impression that it was just this kind of nondescript, kind of like innocuous, like, don't look over here. You're probably thinking like alien immigrants, but we're really talking about aliens from outer space type property, and we're the custodians of anything that comes to this planet that is of an alien off-world origin. Including but not limited to the information that has been beamed into, that is transmitted into Nikola Tesla's dome, i.e. his mind, brain. So, the Office of Alien Property Custodian is the office that stored away Nikola Tesla's papers, his documents, his intel, his data, his designs that he schematized from his schematics. I'm using the word schematized. I don't even know if that's a word, but I like it, and it might mean something different. But basically, whatever he designed, whatever he drew, whatever he constructed, whatever he came up with, whatever he invented, the Office of Alien Property Custodian, let's DSI, analyze, and familiarize ourselves with the Office of Alien Property Custodian. Let's say it a bunch of times. The Office of Alien Property Custodian. The Office of Alien... Come on, Property Custodian. Office of Alien Property Custodian. Because, man, though you can look it up on Wikipedia and they make it look kind of like campy, like, oh, for real, like some warehouse of documents, don't be fucking fooled, man. Just like don't be fooled by the Fed. I'm saying to you, V is for visitors. Okay? They live. Real world shit. Oblivion type shit.